Good evening, boys and girls. It's so good to have you join me for this next edition of Bedtime Bible Stories with Pastor Andrew. Today, you can see we've got a guest star with us, Javion, who's going to sit with me as we read the story we have planned for today. But it's so good to have you, and I hope today was a good day, even though it was filled with rain. I hope you still had an opportunity to experience God's love today. And so, as we normally do, I hope you're sitting with your family, either your brothers or sisters, or your mom and dad, or your grandparents, aunts and uncles, whoever you are with, and I hope you're ready for your bedtime Bible story. Today, we have an interesting story. It's going to continue from our video on Friday. Yes! It's going to continue from our video on Friday about Abraham. We're going to hear about God's promise to Abraham and hear how God delivered a special promise to his wife, Sarah. So let's get comfortable. Grab your blankets. Get in a comfortable position with your parents as we prepare to hear our bedtime Bible story today. God came to Abraham again one night by the oak trees of Hebron. "Don't be afraid, Abram," he said. "I will keep you safe and give you a great reward." "But Lord," said Abraham, "I am old and don't have a son. Who will get this great reward?" God took Abram outside and looked up. Yeah. And he said, "Look up into the heavens and count the number of stars." Abraham said, "I can't. There's too many stars." God said to him, "I promised you that you will have more children than you see in the stars in the sky. This land called Canaan will be theirs." Abraham believed God, and God said Abraham was right because he believed. It was a hot day by the oaks of Mamre, and Abraham was sitting in the shade near his tent. Looking up, he saw God and two angels standing nearby. They looked just like men. Abraham and his wife Sarah rushed to make lunch for them. "Where's your wife?" God asked. She said she is going to have a child soon. In the tent, Sarah heard them and began to laugh. She was much too old to have children. "Why does she laugh?" God asked. "Nothing is too difficult for me. At the right time, she will have a baby." While God talked with Abraham, the angels left them. Hey, AJ, I'm reading the story. You got to pay attention. Okay. Yeah. When God talked to Abraham, the angels left. That night they found Lot sitting by Sodom's gate. They had came to destroy that sinful place. First the angels warned Lot to leave, but Lot was in no hurry to get away. So the angels grabbed his hand. They rushed him out with his wife and daughter. They warned, "Run for your life into the hills and don't look back." God rained fire on Sodom. Smoke covered the valley, but Lot's wife looked back at the city. She turned into a pillar of salt. Her family kept running. Well, as we normally do after we hear our bedtime story, we have to say our prayers. And I can't guarantee that Javion will be here by the time our prayers end, but we're going to say our prayers together and hope and pray that God's blessings will be upon us as we begin our night and heading to bed and preparing for a great morning in God. Let's pray. Lord in heaven, hear my prayer. Keep me in your loving care. Be my guide in all I do. Bless all those who love me too. Well, it's time for me to bid you good night. I hope you had a wonderful day. And thank you again for joining me, boys and girls, for this awesome bedtime story about Abraham and Sarah and God's promises and how he delivered a child to Sarah even though she was very old. So I hope you have a wonderful night. Sleep tight. Don't let the bed bugs bite. And get ready for an awesome day that God has prepared just for you. Have a wonderful evening. Good night.